Hello and welcome to the Underpowered podcast, a gaming-centric podcast where even if we're busy, we still find time to do our games. My name is Shelby Stokes, and that is Philip Karen.
Hello, nice to see everybody.
What is going on today, my friend? It is a Tuesday.
I have news, which is I upgraded my internet. And here's the thing: I haven't hardwired in yet, but it was super easy. I was a little here. They make it. They who shall not be named make it so that way you have to do everything via online. And I was very concerned when I did it online because I didn't know whether when they said $94 a month, it meant 94 additional dollars or $94 flat. And the answer is $94 flat. I actually got 4 times the upload speed for $4 cheaper than I was paying before because technology becomes so technology becomes so outdated that we have to upgrade every 3 years. But yeah, that's what I got for you today. Is I upgraded my internet. I made a phone call like an adult, or I browsed the online website and said, how much upload do I really need? Because sometimes you get to a place where it says ultra super fast and you're like, do I really, like, this feels like a lot. You know what I mean? Like 900 download. Do I really need that? Can my computer even handle that? Yeah. I mean,
you need to be able to download everything right now.
Yes. Is my computer going to catch on fire from this newfound bit rate? I don't know. But that's what's going on with me. What's going on with you?
Dude, I'm so excited for you. You got good internet. We are upgrading things. What did I call this? I called this, it's like Pokemon cards, but on a computer or something like that, is what I named this, because Pokemon has taken over the channel. Like, there's a lot of the Pokemon going on in these parts right now.
I will say to you, in a side note to Underpowered, which is us, but not me, I did receive, I know I posted something in the Discord that I did receive my Pokemon cards, and I did look them up. And here's what I'm going to say to you. Okay. I looked up what they were worth. Guys.
What did you find out? Hey, thanks for the shout out, Pokebronx.
I only found 2 of them that were worth $15. The less that were worth less than $1. But my son wants them, and that's all that matters. And he doesn't get to have them, so that is something. But it did compel me to start playing Pokemon online. I watched Casey and Eric's stream the other day, where Casey failed. He went into his battle and he was underleveled. I don't want to mispronounce the word. What's the word? Nuzlocke.
Yes, the Nuzlocke.
The Nuzlocke. It's very close to headlock, but it's a Nuzlocke. And he went in there and listen, he got greedy. He was underleveled. He thought he had it under control, but he didn't, and he failed. So that led, just by organic nature, to some really good content with Eric, which was playing the card game online. And it inspired me, which is really cool. And I'm going to put out a little more long form content on that. But what the coolest part, right, is that each pack of cards does come with one of these QR codes that you can scan, and you get to have the cards digitally. So that was fun. And this is me playing Pokemon at 6 o'clock in the morning over a cup of coffee. So that inspired me. You guys inspired me to do it.
Yeah, so like Pokemon is like where it's at. So this all happens on Friday of last week. Nuzlocke goes down. He plays the trading card game. Eric comes out and he's like, dude, if you want to play some Pokemon trading cards, I'll show you how it's done. So then we start a conversation, and he's going to start streaming Pokemon on this channel like whenever he wants. And we probably get more consistent in the coming weeks. But dude knows a lot about Pokemon, a lot more than I do.
Yes. I mean, I think it's really great. Eric is fantastic. He's done some of those case pack openings. In the chat, Eric's already here saying Casey's going to take the credit. But we already learned, for those of us that were actually watching Eric's stream this afternoon, Casey's stealing build orders, and he's stealing deck builds by watching people on stream. So Casey, if you're watching, stop doing that. What else do I have to say to you here? Yeah, we have been just hanging out. We've been hanging out. We've been playing some games. I've been playing Pokemon. I really like it. I really like, as a parent, I really like how There are parental controls that allow you to have a certain level of let your kid have a certain level of access. You can set it how much they can chat, how much they can interact with other people, and there's varying levels, so it's not just on and off. And you can kind of prevent them from spending money. But all in all, I think it was a really, really good experience, and I will be doing a few more streams of that. But one thing that I wanted to bring up to you, which we haven't talked about that much, has nothing to do with Pokemon at all,
Oh, tell me more.
is we haven't thought about what we're going to play in October yet. Um,
Yes, this was on my list for later, but I'm so happy you brought it up. So before we hop into October, I'm cleaning house in this gaming life of mine. Finished Luigi's Mansion. I've talked to about it ad nauseum. My final thoughts: really well crafted game, very interesting and unique to the Mario universe. Each floor very well built, etc., etc. I think that the gameplay is a little too elementary for a seasoned gamer. So you come in, and if you are a newer gamer or you want to show a kid the world of Mario and what they can do, this is the game for you. If you're an experienced person that's going to try and go play this as an adult, I don't think it has enough staying power or mental stimulation to keep you going. I think it's a one track through the world, and it's great. It's a fun ride, but it didn't feel like it was stretching my brain muscles. Therefore, I'm going to say probably skip it unless you watch the trailer and love it. So Luigi, check off the list.
my question for you is this: what uh, what do you think had more simplistic gaming mechanics, Luigi's Mansion or say like a Kirby game?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Probably so it's a hard question to answer because like Kirby's 2D platformer is the one that I go to in my mind. But the thing with Kirby is like no depending on the boss you're going into, you're going to grab the power up that best correlates to that boss and try to strategize your way through it. Or you're like, okay, I'm going to get rid of this cutter guy and grab the magician guy. That level of strategy and forward thinking, I don't think is that deep in Luigi's Mansion. It's an action-based game, and you are basically reacting in the moment. You're not preparing for anything. They have you going around collecting like a currency, and there's no upgrade path throughout the entire thing. The only thing that you can buy is like, oh, you should look in this corner of the building. And it just feels a little hollow. So I would say, I don't know, I'm so nostalgic for those Kirby games. I'm going to say Kirby's a deeper, more plotting game than Luigi's Mansion. Boom.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only thinking that because my son was playing it the other day. Where what's the one that came out recently? Not too recently, but it was like Kirby and Friends, and you have the three different friends that follow you around. So you are correct that there is another layer of strategy in that game that allows for some additional playthrough as opposed to just like you have two mechanics and that's it.
Yep. Exactly. So I'm going to check that one off the list. I'm also going to mark off Spider-Man Miles Morales before next week. And next week is October, and we're going to play some games. Do you have a game picked out that you're going to play for October?
I was hoping to get some advice. I mean, I don't. Oh man, this is gonna really suck. But you know what? We're gonna do it. And I really don't like scary things. But I have some options. Okay. So people have said to play what is it, Amnesia. People have said I have never beaten Outlast. I have also not I was thinking of doing something because I like to play a bit more competitive games. I was thinking of doing whatever the Jason Friday the 13th video game is where one person gets to be Jason. Those are my options on the table right now.
There you go. So Outlast, I don't know enough about Outlast, but I think that you should definitely start with the multiplayer one, the one where you can play Jason and like walk around as a murderer, because that seems something right up your alley. It has multiplayer hooks in it. And also the beauty of a multiplayer game, if you get into it and you're like, yeah, I'm going to pick up something else, you can. Like you're not pot committing to a long experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think that may be what I ended up doing. I don't want to do, right? I don't want to be playing a game if I'm only streaming a couple hours a week. I don't want to be playing a game into November and like I did with Chrono Trigger with JRPG July. I was still learning. Okay, we were getting our hooks in, and
And there's more
yeah,
there's more hooks to come. There is what people
there's a
say,
lot of
right?
hooks. There's a lot of hooks
There's
in.
more hooks are coming. Okay, it's Halloween, so a lot of
There's a
hooks
lot
and
of hooks
blood.
in October.
That's right.
But yes, so I think you're right. I may do a competitive game, but I do also want a genuinely scary experience.
Yeah. So I'm game for that. I don't know what the Jason game is called. Amnesia is one of those games that looks old, if I remember correctly, and I don't know if that would still scare you if it looks super old.
Yeah, I mean maybe. I mean I am terrified. So I mean really if it's just dark and I intentionally turn the lights off and I make this into an ambiance environment, this could be it. This could be the game. It could
Amnesia.
be Friday the 13th. Let's
Oh,
see if
there
I
you
have.
go.
I
That's
think
what
I
it's
have it
called.
here. I don't know. I don't want to crank it up on stream and then have it be like need to mute that. We don't like ads in this. But yes, that it maybe you have swayed me a little bit. I also can do Outlast because I did start that. I did send you the link in private chat. But it seems like you got it.
Well, here's Amnesia. This one's Amnesia. See, I think this game looks a little on the older side, man. I don't know if this would scare me or not. I mean, it's dark.
Yeah, maybe. I heard that there's a lot of ambiance, but like whenever people talk about scary games, this is the one that continues to be brought up over and over again is Amnesia. So you know how I am. Like the question of the day is like what games can I play to add to my nerd cred? Like if you like 10 years ago, right? Like people would say like Portal, right?
Yes.
Shadow of the Colossus, right? Like from the PlayStation days. I don't know if you ever played that.
Oh yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII, right? These are games that when you play them as an older gamer, then you get nerd cred. Everyone says, okay, this person's played like Modern Warfare, the original. So what are the games? What is a scary game that I could play that would give me nerd cred? Probably like Resident Evil 2. I mean, that would probably.
I think that you have to do a Five Nights at Freddy's, right? I don't know.
Is that really a game?
That's a thing. Yeah. No, for sure. This is like where the jump scare internet reaction came from. Like, was that game like scaring the duty off of people? I can tell you that my game for October is going to be Resident Evil Village, which is the most recent one. I think it came out last year. It looks real pretty. I went to go buy it on Xbox computer, or I don't know what the store that's in Microsoft on the computer, and it's not even available on my Xbox base series. It's only on the X series. I'm sure I could probably get it on Steam, but what I'm saying is that game's going to go look real pretty if I can't even play it on a base X1.
Yeah.
No.
And that's the thing too, right? Is like developing my ability to stream and like because all of the game content that I play is streaming. So like I need it to also not be so over the top that my system can't handle it. So there's a fine balance, right? The other one's like a Dying Light. Like I've never played that. I think you could get away with playing something like The Last of Us, the first one, as like a scary game for Halloween. But I'm looking for something like horror oriented.
I think you're onto something with this Friday the 13th trailer. Like it is cool looking. It looks like there is a little bit of gore. It's got the multiplayer aspect. It looks like fun. Dawn, what was the other one you just mentioned?
I think Dying Light. I didn't play the original. Or there's another game. I wish I knew it. There's another kind of there's another game that's like a multiplayer game where you have to do missions. I wish I knew the game of it. I wish I knew what it was right now. I'm totally wrecking the content. But there's another game too where you have to like pretty much you're fighting against other people, but then there's also these villainous bosses that you have to fight these like these monsters, and then the birds will fly. Like anything gives off a noise. And if you know what this game is in the chat, you should just tell me what it is, because it's going to kill me and it might wreck my experience. But that also might be a game that I could play. So you're gonna do Resident Evil, pretty much the newest one, Village.
Village. I believe it's number 5, VII. No, it's not how you spell Village. Anyway, V and 2 L's or I's later in the name, I think, make up to 5. There's a lot of Pokemon going on, so I almost want to try to play some Inscription too, which is kind of like a card-based game. And I know that's like not Pokemon 1-to-1, but it's like adjacent to a card playing deck building type experience. So I think I might want to pop into that as well. I don't think that's like a horror game in the classic sense, but it's just kind of creepy enough to, I think, kind of carry through. So I'm excited. Like October's coming. Card games are very cool, and Enrique is chiming in on that one. I'm gonna finish Spider-Man this week. I got 5 more missions. I've also been playing a little Halo Infinite on heroic mode, and that game is hard as heck.
I bet you, like I always skip the heroic mode, man. Like I can't. I just like when I'm playing a game for a narrative, I just want to play on normal or easy to get through the narrative, and then I can go back and kind of achievement hunt. But are you achievement hunting, or are you just torturing yourself?
Well, if you're playing Halo, it's probably not for the campaign. You know what I mean? I mean, like, I know people.
Come on, the first couple games, I really enjoyed the campaign.
People love the lore. I show up to shoot things. Like, I'm gonna call it what it is. Like, go in there, single person army, take on a whole species of people, and go for it. For some reason, Halo has always been the game that I've suffered through at a higher difficulty. I think that the switching of the weapons, the working within the characters, and the different scenarios they set up is really smart. And it feels more like chess at that difficulty than just a shooting gallery. So for some reason, whenever it's come to Halo games, it's been on that heroic higher difficulty. And it probably stems from like back in the day when I lived with individuals my same age, where we would like go through the campaign on a co-op experience and play those higher difficulties. And you really had to like push and pull and like drop back when you're getting flooded and grab a new weapon when you're against a certain enemy type. And that's really impressive to me. And because I've just learned to read or speak that language, if you will, it's kind of carried over to the newer games.
I mean, it makes sense to me. That was what was the game that you played the most when you were back in your your prime video game days? What was the game like when you were with your friends?
Probably Halo. Probably Halo 2. I mean, Halo 2, we would run like Ethernet cables down the hallways and do like groups of 8 and just go until like 2 or 3 in the morning. And it was just, like it would be caffeinated beverages all week, and then on the weekend obviously extracurricular activities. But that was probably a big one.
Yeah, I had one of those way back in the day. I had one of those video game chairs. Did you ever invest in one of those? Like
No.
those were all the rage. Like now I just like I have my comfy desk chair and like I'm happy with what I have going on. But way back in the day, right? You would go to Sharper Image, right? Because Sharper Image always had the cool stuff before I think they went out of business. And they had the video game chairs. They had the huge like subwoofer and the speaker in your back, right? And then the speakers over your head. And I remember it was towards the end of my time in culinary school, and my bed was broken. Like my bed had broke during the year. My car was like trashed. Like I had just spent a year like learning how to live as an adult. But I had this video game chair that would rock back and forth, and it had the speakers, and I was so happy with it. And I would just play Madden just for hours and hours. Like I was doing all the drills. I was doing all the little training camps. Yeah, wait. I mean, I don't play many sports games anymore, but that's a piece of nostalgia right there. That's a piece of nostalgia. So how many hours do you have left on Spider-Man?
Probably 5 more missions. I don't know what the hour count is on that. I know that the How Long to Beat rings in at about 8 hours. I think it's 7.5. I am 60% through if you follow the mission tags, which is normally what I do.
Yeah.
So I've beat 10 of 15 missions in that world. That game seems like something that I would, in another life, go in 100%. It feels like it's kind of a skinny down version from the base game that came out. And the stuff that they've added is just interesting enough to keep you going. I'm glad they didn't build this out into a whole 20-hour experience because I could see how it could become long in the tooth. I'm enjoying it. Even the combat in some areas is just like, okay, come on. I think you were on stream with me when I was playing some of those combat situations. I'm just like, dude, no, not going to do this. Not going to continue to do this till I get a combo of 100 or whatever you want me to do.
Well, I mean, that's, I don't know. I feel like this from watching you play Spider-Man, and then it has a very similar combat system to that of like Batman, like the Arkham games, and then
Right.
it also has like a very similar, in a certain way, style to like the Assassin's Creed games, where essentially like you're in the middle of a group of guys. And then you essentially have to string together combos and then just keep hitting people over and over and over again until, right? Like you eventually get rid of them all. And there's parts of that that are cool. What was more interesting for me to watch was whenever you would do like the stealth kills, or when you would do like that, was super interesting to be like, can I just fly around in stealth? But that requires such a level of patience
Mhm.
and nuance that you're like, dude, sometimes I just want to get through this. You know
And
what
it
I
kind of
mean?
feels like it's intentionally tedious sometimes, just so you like go hot. You know what I mean? It's like, okay,
Yeah.
he's bored. Like we're gonna make this so it's a little bit too cumbersome, and then you're just gonna jump down and beat everybody up.
Well, I felt that way when watching you play Hitman, because I used to play games like that a lot, where it's like they intentionally put way too many guys in here, where you're like, F it, and you just start shooting. Like, you know
Yeah.
what? Let's just make this interesting. Like, it would be cool to get that one achievement that's going to give you that 50 Xbox gamer score of like stealth killing everybody, but also I'm not putting 200 hours into this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like so. Have you ever played the Commandos series, like back in
No,
the day,
I don't
top-down
think so.
Commandos? It's like an RT. It's a top-down, and you have like 5 characters. You're basically sneaking around, taking out guards, and it was like one of those quick save, quick load, quick save, quick load, like to constantly reload it. And it was like one of my favorite series for a long time. And they've come out with some new ones, kind of in that same play style. And I went back and replayed them. It's just like, I don't have the time to put into this anymore. Like I can't like quick save and quick load until I get the perfect play. And I've tried it like 20 times. Like I used to have the patience for that. And now it's just like, nope, I'm old. I'm bored. Next.
It is interesting. I was talking with some friends of mine today about their kids playing video games and how they have this super intense ability to focus. And as we get older, we're thinking in our heads, like, I got to go grocery shopping and I got to do these things. And I don't have like, I like you philosophically, you understand the mechanic. And this is what you had mentioned when you first started playing Luigi's Mansion, was like, I know what I'm supposed to do. I understand it philosophically. It's interesting. Now let me go on to the next area.
Mhm. Yeah. And I think that, as you grow up, you kind of, your skills and your tastes evolve over time. And it's just like something like, okay, I gotta leave that behind. But who knows? I mean, there may be a time that I go back and play Luigi's Mansion because it's a nice romp through fun level design. And I thought there was some unique stuff there, but overall, it's probably going to stay in the case for a while. There was some news that happened this week. Did you
I
know
guess
that?
I didn't know that because I live in my own bubble. But let's see what you got.
Well, your bubble is about to be burst because essentially what has come out is the trailer for Last of Us, the TV show.
is your chance.
Hear me, please listen to my hand.
Of that shot.
To my hand.
You keep her alive.
To my hand. Please listen to my hand.
And you set everything right.
To my hand. Please listen to my hand.
Save who you can save.
Oh, please understand.
The Last of Us coming in 2023 to HBO Max. What does that do for you, Phil? Instant reaction, go.
Well, I will say that one of the sequence, I will say two things that are completely unrelated to the trailer. One of the sequences actually looked like it was filmed at the dunes in Oregon.
Oh.
One of the stills. Second, isn't it interesting? It's interesting to me that the enemies in A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place 2, the films. Have you seen those films?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, you should Google it.
Stop what you're doing. Go watch it.
Yeah, right now, just end the show. No, the enemies in A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place 2 look identical to the clickers.
Really?
Yeah, almost like shot for shot. Like you should just Google an image of a clicker and then The Last of Us bad person, and they look identical. But the show looks cool. I mean, it looks like they have some good actors and actresses. It's hard with video games, right? Because like so many shows and movies were done badly that I have lost. Like I'm so jaded. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll wait for the reviews to come out. But if HBO is doing it, it's probably going to be good.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, right? And like I think The Last of Us 2, that's a game that I just played this last year, not this year, but the year before this, in 2021 to be specific. And like Last of Us and Last of Us 2 is such a heavy franchise, and they really like dive into, okay, what does this violent world look like? And we're really gonna make you consider this violence and go over the top with it. And they did it they used that very effectively in their games. I don't know that I need more of it though. Like I don't know if I need a reincarnation of it in a TV show. Like they've said all they needed to say, and if they can come out and say something differently in these shows, great. But those characters are really going to be hard to outdo what they've already put into place with Last of Us. I'm kind of shocked that they're trying to compete with such a high level of execution that they put together in the games.
Yeah, I mean, did you ever? It's kind of like watching that movie. Did you ever watch that movie, The Road?
Yeah, well, I read the book. I actually never watched the show.
Well, okay, so you read the book, even
Right.
better.
Yeah.
Like you only need to do it once, right?
Yep.
Like you read it and you're like, man, this is so dark and depressing. Like I'm not going to be able to climb back out of this hole. So yeah, we can only
sure.
like I played The Last of Us, the first one, and I'm like, I'm good. Like that was a lot, and I felt sad for like 2 weeks. So like I'm good.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting. I'll watch it. Yeah, I'll definitely watch it.
I think Last of Us 2 is better. Like I really liked Last of Us 2, but it's just if not heavier than the first one. So like it was hard for me to like give that a glowing review just because it's like, listen, you're gonna have some feelings, and Naughty Dog is at peak performance in that Last of Us 2 title, but you're gonna have some feelings and you may lose a little faith in humanity at some point. But you know what? It's a very well assembled thing. Right before we hopped on this podcast, there was something else that was going viral as well. And this comes to us from the Twitterverse on the Twitch channels or on the Twitch machine. This video right here. Let's check it out. You need to watch this whole thing. But essentially, what's happening is they have just announced that Deadpool 3 will, in fact, include Hugh Jackman, who has historically played Wolverine 3, played Wolverine, and he's going to be bringing back and reprising his role in the new Deadpool film. How excited are you, Philip?
So here's the thing. Deadpool is one of those films, right? I saw the first one. Deadpool is one of those films where if you are into it, right? Like you're really, really into it. I'm gonna take the opposite perspective here and just say, just let it go, man. Just like don't keep bringing people back. Like it's like if Iron Man came back, if Robert Downey came back as Iron Man, just let it go. Just let
Yeah.
it go. Like we've retired the characters. You've had
D-
the thing. Do we
Now, are
need
you
to?
saying that because of Logan? Like, didn't Logan? I don't remember if that ended the Wolverine saga with Hugh Jackman or not.
Yeah, I mean, they did a whole like there's a whole comic book series about that where they go off into that like a sort of a spin-off where they're all the superheroes are old, like the Marvel X-Men are old and many of them have died and it's sort of a dystopian future. But like I think in the cinematic universe they were trying to end that character.
Hmm.
And so for me, I don't know. Like I'm sure it's gonna be great. I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. Hugh Jackman's amazing, and so is Ryan Reynolds. But like for me, just like I want new stuff, man. I want new IPs. I want brand new things.
The Deadpool character seems very hard to pull off, in my opinion. You know, just because he is constantly that character is designed to constantly go above and beyond and like break the mold over and over. And there's going to be a point where you just get too big that you can't get any bigger. And like that's where I feel like Deadpool could really go. Like the wink at the camera, the nods to the camera. I think that I'm hoping that they bring him in universe. They say, hey, here's a Hugh Jackman role. Goodbye, Wolverine. You know, because they really, if Marvel, the cinematic universe is going to get another 20, 30 years out of a Wolverine character, I think they have to recast eventually.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously, I think that that's exactly right. I actually lost my train of thought there, but you know, Ryan Reynolds is a master at marketing, but it's kind of like the God complex, right? So I didn't know this little piece of interesting history, but I guess that when they invented Superman, whenever that was back in the '60s, um, in the beginning, Superman could not be killed by anything, and they would just have him swoop in and save the day over and over and over and over again. Um, and eventually they came out, they had people were not interested anymore because it's like you extrapolate out so far, right? You just go bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you land up with some sort of omnipotent like being of all creation. So they invented kryptonite as a counterbalance to Superman. And it was the same thing with Thor. The reason why they brought Thor into the cinematic universe was to deal with the Hulk initially, because the Hulk just would beat everybody. So it's kind of, to your point, it's kind of the same thing. um, if you continue to extrapolate out further and further and do crazier and crazier things, eventually like you have nowhere left to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree completely. I'm excited for it just because I'm excited for Ryan Reynolds and I'm an MCU nerd. Like one of the things that I almost considered discussing today was She-Hulk. And I'm having a lot of fun with that series. I think that they're cranking out good content. I think they're going to become victims of too much content. And I think that we've seen that a little bit with Star Wars. They have a new series out. It seems really dark. And I know there's people in this channel, in this Discord, that are a huge fan of it. I'm excited to watch the rest of it, but there is going to be a glut of this content now that they're like, oh, you guys like this? We're going to make everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, to your point, I haven't watched any of the new Marvel movies essentially since Infinity War, because it's just like it's overload. Same thing
Yeah.
with Star Wars, right? It's like the Obi-Wan series I thought ended really well and they did a really good job with something that they could have really screwed up, but I think that they did a really good job. But I haven't watched Andor. I know that they're coming out with a new Mandalorian soon, right? And it's like comes to a point where like you need some new IPs. We need some new interesting stories to kind of like you're gonna run these. I mean, it's the guitar, it's the famous Guitar Hero saying over and over and over again. I don't know if you were into that when you were younger, but like I had the Guitar Hero, the Rock Band, and like I had
Yeah.
all that stuff, and it was like a novelty, right? Because you could collaborate with your friends and each you played an instrument, and they just ran it into the ground until it was like, here's this DLC and this DLC and this DLC. And you're like, it was just kind of a novelty and I'm not really that interested in it anymore. And like, then like, it's really weird with novelties, especially like the Wii balance board. You like use it and then you're like using it every day. and then you immediately drop off and you just never look at it again, ever. Like the minute I put down Rock Band, I never used it again. Never looked at it again.
I actually went through a gaming shop like 3 years ago, and it was when our kids were just coming. I'm like, I'm gonna buy all this so we can play with the kids. And I think I pulled it out once, and they were too young. And there'll be a day where we have like that. Oh, check this out! This is cool. But it's gonna be a long time to wait just to have like a one afternoon of experience. But it will be special. It will be.
Yes, it will be special. That's for sure.
I'm gonna make them unlock every track with no cheat codes.
On expert until their fingers bleed. Yeah.
You're gonna earn it if you can't perfect that Dragon Fire song or whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, on expert, where you're pretty much just mashing all of the buttons to try to hang in there, and you're at 80% the entire time.
Where your fingers are bleeding.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You also brought a trailer, The Finals.
So here's the thing. I don't know anything about this game at all. But what I do know about this game is that it's in early access. So it's still in development, and it's kind of like a faster paced Battlefield to where all of the environment is destructible. Everything is destructible. And there's a ton of creativity and customization with the characters. So the emphasis of this game is customer. That was a slip. Is like player engagement, destroying everything can be destroyed in this environment. Everything, the trees, the buildings, and you can do all sorts of creative things to kill people. It looked kind of interesting to me. This is
really pretty, dude.
Yeah, and it's like you have all these you can use weapons, you can use boxes, you can use smoke, you can blow up all the buildings, you can do pretty much like it. It allows for ultimate. You can create special traps, as you can see there, and you can pretty much play this the way that you want to. And like I said, everything in game can be destroyed, very similar to that of Battlefield. But my issue with Battlefield had always been that its pacing was super slow. And as somebody who's bad at shooters, I would run the environment and I wouldn't see anybody for half an hour and then I'd get killed. And this looks like a much faster paced game. So this is the kind of thing that shows some promise. It's a brand new. There's still some things, obviously, you can tell by looking at the guns that there's something familiar about it. It feels familiar with the way they run through the pathways. But there's also something new that's what's going to be. It's harkening back to when Overwatch came out, right? It's Overwatch came out. It's this is brand. I mean, it's got the same sort of game mechanics that have always been there, but it was the characters made it new. So this feels fresh to me. I'm excited to see what happens with this.
It feels fresh, and boy, does it have a nice shiny coat of paint on it. I don't think a game has looked this good in a minute. I'm really excited to see this running. I wonder what this is going to come out on. We need something to come in and kind of break the mold or shake it up for battle royales and multiplayers next evolution. And I'm excited to see what it is. And it could very well be something like this. So that's exciting. Good eye.
Well, and harkening back to, I know we were talking about Halloween earlier, and I remember the game. And I've been thinking about this whole episode. The name of the game doesn't matter. We don't have to look it up. It's called Hunt Showdown. So, or the Hunt
Showdown.
So that is now off my brain, and now it's on your brain, and you can keep that. That's for you.
I didn't even know that this was a real game released in 2020.
It's a multiplayer game that's it's like an evolution on the BR genre, and essentially you run around and do missions and kill bosses, and you can either kill all the players or you can do the boss that you go to different objectives on the map and fight these sort of scary things, and you listen, right? So if the crows start flying away, somebody's walking over there. If you hear dogs barking, then there's somebody close by, and it adds an element. It's pretty, it's all about ambiance in that game. But either way, that's for you now. You can keep that for yourself.
I don't need it anymore. Bag, open it later. Thank you.
Yes,
thank you.
Hey.
The Showdown. I mean, that would be on the Guess My Game list some way, shape, or form.
Yes,
I would
think
never
so.
get it. I would never get it. Yeah, so a lot going on. I know that we've covered quite a few stories. We're kind of bouncing all around. A lot of stuff going on. I also stumbled across the fact that Microsoft is doing a big sale right now. So if you're into sales, I know we mentioned Nintendo's sale last week. Xbox, Microsoft has a big sale going on now. They boast 500 plus games, and there's a whole bunch that are marked down in there. So if that's of interest to you, make sure to stop in and check that out this week. Yeah, it's always fun to kind of see everything come together.
Yeah, I mean, I will
Go ahead.
say, as to wrap up our news stories here, I mean, I don't know much about it, but I know that you're probably going to be attending this in November. They are having the Fortnite World Championships, so flex your muscles. Get your training boots on. We're gonna fly out. I think it's in, I don't know. I think it's in Nebraska. I'm completely butchering this, but I believe that that's where it is. So we're gonna take a trip. We're gonna train. I'm hoping that they have a duos tournament, and we're gonna go bring home $1 million, and that's it. And then,
Dude, I would get destroyed in a Fortnite tournament. I'm too weak. I don't even play ranked, okay? And honestly, I don't understand all the building in Fortnite. Call me old, but they made it a no build mode, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I can wrap my head around this. It's about time.
it'll be land though, and which means no hackers, man. So you'll definitely stand a chance, at least top 50.
Definitely top 50. Definitely top 50. Oh, the Fortnite. First the Fortnite. Now Nintendo's coming back to the Underpowered channel. We're just like reliving our childhood one moment at a time. I tell you what.
Well, do you want to transfer on and do some guess the game?
Let's do it. Let's play Guess the Game. And I got bad news, Philip. I already did this morning's.
That's
Forgot
okay,
we're
but
doing a
I have
podcast.
now locked you in to the fact that you can play all of these you haven't done any of this. Let's pick a random one. Pick 32.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
feeling good about it. Pick number 32.
They let you go back and play any of the different rounds, which is ridiculous. Like, it's gonna break me. This is Night in the Woods.
I like it.
Next. Boom!
Oh my god. All right, do another one. Load it up. Get up. Go to the next one. Hit replay days.
No, we're done. Mic drop. Okay, give me another
28.
number.
Pick 28.
28. Oh, it didn't even give me credit for that.
Man.
That was messed up. 28. Oh boy.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, no,
This looks like
I don't know.
I'm gonna guess Frogger.
Frog. Ooh, good guess.
3D, clearly.
3D. Ooh, not Frogger. Too old for Metacritic.
Grand Theft Auto, like one of the originals?
No.
What about that driver game? What was that driver game?
Oh,
here you go. It's Divinity Original Sin from Eric in the chat.
How did you know? It has a car in it. It's not Divinity Original Sin. Get a life. This feels like Blast Corps. This feels like Blast Corps. Blast Corps? No. Not Frogger 3D. Not Blast Corps. Okay. Oh my gosh, is this the Incredible Machine? No, it can't be. Did you ever play that game back in the day?
I didn't play that. I didn't play that game.
You didn't play Incredible Machine?
No, I didn't play Incredible Machine.
Gosh, Frogger was such a good guess. How is it not Frogger?
I felt like it was going to be Frogger.
I felt like it was going to be Frogger too. What is this little makeup here? What do we got going on? We got like
tools.
Yeah.
And a horn. A car. It's probably driving in a car, right?
Incredible Machines. Yeah. So a car, is this like a farm simulator?
It's definitely not a farm simulator. Have you seen anything that says... Bro, that's the worst farm I've ever seen. That's literally the side of a building. It looks much more like a vent than it does a farm.
A vent? It's the side of a building. Listen, back in the day, they couldn't afford fancy farms like they do now. I have no idea. What was your guess? You said driver? Driver Renegade?
Maybe Driver 2 was like
The Wheelman.
or Driver the original.
Sure, let's do it. Driver the original.
Genre is a flight simulator.
What?
It says gate genre flight simulator. I'm so glad that you're not getting this because I'm so tired of you wrecking this segment by getting it on the first when we're trying to create content here and you're getting it in the first 15 seconds.
Is it Microsoft Flight Simulator? No, it can't be. But it's got to be. But it can't be.
I mean, yeah, it probably has to be.
I mean, what other flight simulators are there?
Go for it.
Ace Combat?
Oh man, I do not know this one. You're gonna fail this one. This is gonna be the
Released
first one
in 1996. Oh, of course, and there's multiple Ace Combats.
I can't believe Eric gets to fit into Original Sin.
I know, right? What a punk. He's still bitter about the fact that I told him to buy that game because it was good. Hey, have you beat that yet, Enrique? Just wondering, Eric. Did you already beat that one? Assault Horizon. Nope.
Are you on your last game? I mean, I don't know.
Yes.
Developer Maxis.
Maxis did Sims. They did all of the Sim series. Right? That was Maxis. They were like Sim City. They were Sim.
Where's Dr. Z? He's got to know the answer, and he never chimes in.
No, he doesn't. Like he just likes to watch us struggle. Sims.
Simpsons. Eric's response is, "It's on my backlog."
It's on your backlog. Well, good. You joined the right team. Guess what we do here? My Sims Sky Heroes.
If there's anybody in the chat that knows what this is, please chime in now. It looks like, for those of you that are listening, it just looks like some 2D pictures of you flying in an old game, completely ungeneric. The palette is gray and orange and brown. I don't know. This is not something that I played.
No, it's like joystick simulator. It's like people that had joysticks.
I like how you're typing in sim because that's what I would type in is literally simulator.
For sure. Where did it go? It's like Sim Sky Heroes. Oh, Sim Copter. Never would have gotten that one.
Definitely adding that to my backlog. That's for sure.
Oh, they don't even give you points for like coming back and playing these, huh? Oh yeah, they do right there. Look at that. Gosh, on the first try with 32, this is ridiculous. Like this is just redonk.
All right, you want to run one more, and then we'll do guess the sound.
Okay, let's do it. What's your number?
My number is 104.
104. Good number.
Is my number.
Oh boy, 104. Okay, we're looking at a drab building. It's darkish gray. It's got some big windows. Looks like it's could be a cathedral. It almost feels a little Devil May Cry-ish.
I was gonna say Devil May Cry. Yeah, that's the other one I was gonna say.
DMC, Devil May Cry. Which one though?
I only played like 2 of them.
Yeah,
that was another game where the boss battles got so insanely hard that I was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
It's not Dante's Awakening, so you can scratch that one off of your list. It's
Metacritic scored 91, so this is a game.
This is a game. This is for sure a game. The next screenshot is a building that's decaying with a whole bunch of like lanterns in it. A 91. So I mean, it's notable. This is a game we should know. This is going to be.
I mean, at this point, it could literally even be a Final Fantasy game.
It could be. I'm thinking Final Fantasy. It's a 91. Do they have Final Fantasy? Do they have the new one? The remake? Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 5.
That's got to be an older game, right? It's like 8, 7. No, I mean, I'm guessing I'm 100% wrong.
Is it 7? I don't know. Final Fantasy 7 is not the right choice.
It's not the right choice. Every fiber in my body says this is the wrong choice.
This is the wrong choice. Nailed it. Uh-oh. Is this a Mohun? Now we're looking at it. The third picture is a map with different zones on it, and they're numbered 1, 2. I can't.
I don't know. I don't know what this game. I don't know what this game is.
Whoa, it's a 91 and it came out in 360 and PS3. This is like right in my wheelhouse.
I'm getting real disappointed here.
I know. What is the game that where you're the spy, the Corvo game, where you play Corvo?
Oh, what is that? What is the name of that game?
You know what I'm saying?
I don't remember what it is.
Corvo. I'm Googling it. Corvo video game. Dishonored.
I was just thinking about that game the other day.
Nailed it. Dishonored. That was it. It was Dishonored. Woo! Boy!
Wow.
Look at that with the Dishonored. I did have to Google it. I did have to look it up. I did have to look up the name. I knew Corvo, so I did cheat a little bit on this one, but I nailed it. It was indeed Dishonored. This is way more drab. Looking at screenshots of this looks way more like just a little bit more depressing than I remember it being.
I remember. That's funny because I was thinking the same thing. I remember the game feeling very bright when I played it.
Agreed. Yeah, but that does not look to be the case, kind of looking back on it. So, I mean, I'm pretty good at this game. I freaking lost. That's not cool. Which one did we lose to? 28? It's going to leave me. Oh, Sim Chopper. Get that out of here. Like, what is that, Sim Chopper? Like, get a real game if you're going to put this together for real. Oh my god!
All right, let's run the final segment, huh?
You want to run Hurdle?
I'm the worst. You thought I was bad at the last game. I'm the worst at this game.
Or should we try to do a quiz? That's really going to work well for the.
We can do Hurdle and struggle through it. Give the podcast audience something to listen to. It'll be 1 second at a time, but.
Oh, I gotta switch my the way I'm doing things. Hold,
get your audio up and running.
Yeah, I don't normally share the audio because I don't trust myself to share the audio when I'm screen sharing because I just don't. Well,
while we're waiting, like to do a little recap of today, Halloween's coming up, October. We back on track here.
We back on track.
All right, let's do it.
We back.
We don't need a recap.
I'm so horrible at this game. What does it sound like, chat? What does it sound like? Sounds like a racing game to me, doesn't it?
I was thinking that, or I was thinking this could be Sonic.
Ooh, Sonic. Which one? Well, we know it's not Sonic Racing Transformed because that's what it was last week. In case you're trying to figure that out, Sonic 2.
Sure. Now that I'm thinking it's wrong because they're not going to do. All right.
Oh, man, such a bop.
This is like a 2D platformer or a fighting game. Some sort of like old Super Nintendo, like.
It feels like what was that old like 2D racing game in the arcade with the red convertible?
Oh,
ooh, it does kind of sound like Mega
like
Man
California
2,
Dreamin' or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Nope. California. Eric says it's definitely Mega Man. Okay. Mega Man. Yeah. Mega Man Gear Solid.
Towards the top 2 or 10. Those are your only choices.
Mega Man 2. Oh, so wow, cool piano coming in. Now I'm feeling it's like a tactics game. It's a tactics game for sure. It's a Final Fantasy Tactics for sure. Yep. Nope. Not tactics. Dude, it's some ripping piano though, bro. That is some ripping piano.
This isn't doing anything for me at all. I have there's no identifiable Hulk here.
This is definitely this is a game that is a 2D beaten up. It's called Streets of Rage. 2 is what it's called. It's not Streets of Rage 2.
I think the only person who's gotten one of these is Casey.
Yeah, for sure. And I tried to talk him out of the right answer, if you remember.
I feel like this is. I feel like, I think we should skip one of the guesses. I mean, I feel like they didn't give us anything new here.
No, they didn't. They just the same beat over and over. Oh man.
The ending felt like a racing game, but I have no idea.
Jet Set Radio Future?
Sure.
Did not get it. The answer is JoJo Bizarre's Adventure, Eyes of Heaven. What? What? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Oh my god.
Who is JoJo?
Can you Google a picture of this game so we can
such a bop? Oh my gosh, look at this. I just pulled it up. I just pulled it up for those audio listeners. This is an anime looking. This looks like a show. This can't be right. This can't be right. Twin video game. Okay, yeah, video game.
See, I'm gonna guess. I did say that it was a 2D beat 'em up. It's an anime.
Okay, well,
there it is. It is. It's exactly what it is.
It's a one-on-one. It's a fighting game.
Yeah, that was my initial thought.
Okay.
But
so
the funny thing is that there is a Netflix trailer coming out for this show game that was released 2 months ago by Netflix.
Yes. I'd probably be more likely to watch the Netflix trailer, which on a completely different aside, Luigi's Mansion is getting a Netflix movie. Did you know this?
Please revert back to my earlier comments that not everybody needs their own show. Not everybody needs their own.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure it was. So if you were sitting in the car, you listen to that jam, and you're like, man, this is good. I'm listening to the soundtrack. You just pull up that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure action. You change that ringtone. You get in good with the guys and the gals and everybody that'll overhear your ringtone, and you'll be fat on the hog, which is not what that analogy should sound like.
Do you know what? So here's a second question. Remember back when as we wrap up the show for tonight, do you remember back when you had to pay for ringtones on your phone?
Yes, I do.
What was the ringtone that you paid for?
Oh boy. Boy.
You don't have to name the one. I only paid for one, and I'll let you take one wild guess as to what you think mine was. But just name one of yours.
Mine. Oh my gosh, I want to say it was like. It was emo. It was definitely emo, and I paid for the ring back tone. If you remember, you could call and somebody could listen to a song while your phone was ringing. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I never changed mine from the factory settings from when the phones first came out. So mine was classical music, and then they ended up back charging me 99 cents a month because I never went into my settings and changed it to just ring. So we would get these $12 a year charges, and everyone hated it. They would be like, please just change your ringtone to your ring back tone to just ringing instead of making me listen to classical music. So yeah, I was that guy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, mine was like Fallout Boy, not Fallout Boy. I didn't like Fallout Boy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was like some one of those like Thursday or like some emo band.
Yeah. So what's your guess on mine?
You had an EDM song, and it was Sandstorm.
It's not a terrible guess.
No,
it's not a
good guess.
It's not a terrible guess. I spent $1.99 on the Mortal Kombat theme song.
You did.
Yes, I did for years.
That's even worse. You weren't supposed to be a fan of Mortal Kombat back in the day. That alluded to you being a psycho.
Yeah, I know. Mortal Kombat, $1.99, 10 years.
like back in the day, like 10 years ago, if you used to like boast about Mortal Kombat, people were like, hey, please don't go home and shave your dog. Okay. Like that's a little, like you're a little out there. Now,
That's the
Mortal
quote
Kombat
of the day.
Quote of the day. If you're going to go home, please do not shave your dog unless instructed to by a veterinarian. We're going to wrap for our Tuesday podcast. Thank you for joining us. Eric is on the Underpowered team officially, and he is going to be, super low volume. I hate to break it to you, but we're just wrapping this thing up. Is that better, Ian? I'm not quite sure, but there we go. I appreciate the comment. We'll definitely look into that. What I was going to say, Eric is on the Underpowered team, and he's streaming the Pokemon cards. We're learning about Pokemon cards. Things are happening. He's inspiring people. It's popping off. I'm excited to see where this channel goes. We now have a team of 4, and we are heads down, bringing you content way too often, and we appreciate you guys being fans. Phil, you have anything to add?
No, I mean, I think that you said it. I think it's just been, I've been just super happy over the last couple of months. We really have done a lot of work, everyone included, and it's going to be really great. And I think we streamed last month or in the last 30 days. It's been like 22 out of 30 days. So there has been something going on every single day, even if it's been an hour at a time. Spider-Man, Chrono Trigger, Fortnite, Pokemon, whether that's Pokemon cards or Pokemon Emerald. There's going to be challenges, Fall Guys. We've been doing a lot of stuff lately. So a lot more to come.
Yeah, a lot more to come is right. And Ian with Ian, thanks for the heads up. Appreciate you double checking. The audio sounds fine on his end, so that's cool. What I will say is, like, if you're coming to our channel, we're doing a lot right now, and like we're throwing some Pokemon at the wall right now, and that's been cool and it's exciting. I'm constantly going to be working on my backlog, getting through those games that I know I just want to play or experience. And I think Phil and I are going to do the same. So if you're out there, you want to be a part of the community, drop us a line in Discord. You're always welcome to. And also, if you want to hop on board for this October, like, play a scary game deal, you're welcome to join us. I'm going to play Resident Evil 7 and probably Inscription if I can get to both of those. Phil's got a couple in the pipeline. I'm sure we'll talk about doing some others. So appreciate you all being a part of it and making it all happen. We just like doing what we do.
Yeah, let's roll out.
We normally do this on Tuesdays. I will be out next Tuesday. I don't know if something's going to pop off or not, but you may miss us next Tuesday, or maybe we'll reschedule to Wednesday. Appreciate you all watching. I know there's some of you on Twitch, some of us on some of you on YouTube. If you want more, you can follow us on our social channels. We have a Twitch, a TikTok, and posting YouTube shorts all the time. If you're listening to the audio version, thank you so much. And if you would kindly leave us a review, it would be appreciated. 5 stars, if you would be so kind. That is a wrap for this week. We are out.
See ya.
Play your games.